Hello, Patricia here. Today is a vlog day and I am taking you to Salses-le-Château to have a closer look at the exterior of what is sometimes referred to as a chateau, but is actually a fortress that was built by the Principality of Catalonia to protect against French invasion. And in 1642, in the 1640s, it was conquered by the French. And by 1659, I believe, the Treaty of the Pyrenees was drawn up, and that redrew the border between France and Spain, and so the location was no longer useful. All right, so I hope that you enjoy this Easter Sunday vlog. Hello, today I am coming to you from Salses, and it's going to be a vlog day. I'm going to be talking about whatever comes to mind, and I hope that you enjoy the sights and scenes. All right, I am at Le Château, and I'm getting ready to go to an Easter lunch, but thought I would take a little bit of a detour and show you this village and the chateau that is here. I don't know the history of this. It's something that I have not done my research on, but take a look at this. You know, one of the things that I want to share with you today is my week. I'm filming this on Easter Sunday, and last week was a busy week, as my weeks tend to be. But today, or this week, I got a lot of progress done on my ability to query agents. Now, it's a process. First, you have to, if you're writing a memoir, you have to write the memoir. So that is written. And then you have to write a query letter if you want to get traditionally published. And find a literary agent. Oh, look at this. Spectacular. Really spectacular. And then you have to write a proposal if you're writing a nonfiction book, or you've written a nonfiction book, which memoir is. So I guess last month I finished writing my query letter, or it's in a good place. Maybe it's not completely finished. But I had some people in my writing group critique it this week and have not yet had a chance to review those critiques. But I think that the process, or I think that the feedback will be constructive and hopefully not too much work to be done on that. But this week I got a big chunk of my book proposal written. This is something that is daunting. It can be like a 40 or 50 page document. And it's really like your business plan for your book, so that publishing houses know whether or not they will be able to sell it, if they'll be able to make any money on it. And so it's like this big research paper. And that's what it felt like this week, that I was doing a lot of research and didn't really feel so easy. I felt like I was back in college. But I have finished my platform and promotion portion, which is the book tour that I'll do, the book launch that I'll do in the States. And I am happy to say that once I get a book deal, I will be doing a tour of the East Coast. I will do a book launch party in Richmond, which was my last place I lived. And then I will visit Philadelphia because I was born there, and probably visit South Jersey too, the Cherry Hill area, on my tour, because both of those places, Richmond and Philadelphia, Cherry Hill, are prominent places in my story, in the book that I've written. So I'm excited about that, and doing the research for that, and looking into, where should I go? It's like, yeah, this might be more enjoyable than I had anticipated. So there's a bit of excitement here. And as I walk around this is huge. This chateau is absolutely huge. And I was planning on going in town and showing you a little bit of the town too, but you might not get to see that today. Yeah, so that's one of the things that I did this week, and it feels really good to get to this place. There is a section I still need to work on, which is the chapter summaries. But the book is written, so all I need to do is reread it, and as I reread each chapter, write a compelling summary for each chapter. What else happened this week? We have had a lot of wind over the last 2 weeks, and right before the wind started, the temperature had been pretty mild, and then the wind came and it got chilly again and cold, and that was something that was not something that I found enjoyable. But yesterday and today, it has warmed up quite a bit, and it feels to me like summer is here. Yesterday in my apartment, I was like, "Ooh, it's too early to turn on the air conditioner." You know, we're at that period where spring is like a really quick spring, and then we go into the higher temperatures. We'll see if we have like some frost to come here in April, as it can tend to happen. Now, in the distance, you'll see Mount Canigou, and that is the iconic mountain here. I also started working on my application for my citizenship, my French citizenship, and my 10-year resident card. Now, I'm not going to be actually filing the papers until later this year, but it's a big step. Both of these are big steps that take some time to gather some of the document and think about the logistics of it all. And so there's a woman, she's Mexican, but she's lived in France for 10 years, and she too is going to apply for French citizenship. And so we're going to be accountability partners. And we met for lunch on Friday, and that was wonderful. We spent about an hour and a half together. And in that time, I got a chance to look at the list of documents that are required for both of those things. And I'd done this a couple of months ago with somebody else who was planning on going for citizenship, but she found out that although she's been here long enough, she didn't have an income or her business wasn't based in France until recently. So she's got a little ways to go, a little bit of a wait before she can apply. So, but what I did on Friday after my friend left, I continued working on that. I was like, what are the documents that I can actually download now that won't expire, that I can just put in a folder and have for when it's time for me to apply? And so I did that. I downloaded my tax forms, my French tax declarations for the last 3 years. I registered for the retirement site to show whatever document I needed from there. And I spent a lot of time doing that. And it felt good. It felt like, this is something that I am actually going to do. And it felt scary. You know, one of the things that I have to figure out, and there's still a little bit of wind out here, so hopefully the sound isn't too bad. I'm afraid to walk in this grass. I don't know if dogs have been here, but can you see this is where the moat is, or would have been. Spectacular. So, where was I? One of the things that I think I might find to be a little bit difficult is getting the actual documents apostilled and from France. And so the question was, am I going to go back to the U.S. to gather my documents myself? I think there are services that do this, but I'm not so sure of which ones are reputable and for the amount of money they want. And the fact that they want money in advance makes me a little wary of going down that route. So I've reached out to somebody who has gotten their citizenship and asked if he went back to the States to do that himself, or if he hired a service, and if so, which service that was. All right, now in the distance, you can see the village of Salses-le-Château or des Châteaux, which is where I'm going to be having my Easter lunch. The chateau is really near the train station. And, you know, when I would travel, well, sometimes when I travel on the train, I would hear Salses, you know, be called out as a station. And it was just that to me until a few months ago when I met my friend. And now it's more than that. It's impressive, I have to say. Absolutely have to say. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the rest as I walk around the town center a little bit. Now I am in Centre-Ville, and I'll show you what I'm looking at. Also written another article for my Substack newsletter that I will be publishing later today. So by the time you see this video, it'll be out. It's all about opportunity costs. Anybody take economics as a college student? That was my major. And this week, the thought popped into my mind of, oh yeah, opportunity costs. I have made a lot of decisions, and recently the idea of opportunity costs have popped into my mind, and so I did an article on that, and I'm really pretty proud of that. So if you haven't checked out my Substack, be sure to do so. Put a link to that in the description of this video. It's a little busy today. People out on Sunday drives on their motorcycles. This cute little circle or round point here. Yeah. So what does this week hold for me? What does this week hold for me? Ha 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 ha. Well, it's almost April 15th, and you know what I haven't done yet? I have not yet finished my U.S. taxes. I am starting to become a bit like my mother, who was a Brinks woman. Somebody who liked to wait to the last minute to take care of things, especially her income taxes. Partially, or maybe in large part, because she never had more than a necessary taken out of her paycheck, And so she always wound up owing taxes. And so she said, well, why would I pay my taxes early? Why not wait till the last minute, send the check in when it's due, and be done with that? Well, the last year she was alive, I felt the brunt of that. She was in the hospital on April 15th, 2013, and I don't think we knew yet that she had lung cancer. But she still had to file her taxes, and I'd helped her out with that. I'd done basically the taxes for her that year, but I still needed to put them in the mail. And it was a stressful time. Just leave it at that. I think I'm going to head back because I really do need to be getting to my Easter lunch. I know they're not going to be eating at noon, but I don't want to be too late. So this is Salses. This is about a 45-minute drive from where I live, so not too far, just beyond Perpignan, on the way to Narbonne. Cute little village. Nice little square here. I bet this is where they have their market day. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. But I hope you enjoyed this little vlog. It was kind of last minute. I didn't realize I was going to be here, or else I would have done a little research on the chateau. It would have been nice to share that with you, but now you've got your own research to do. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Bye.